everyone, my name is Ben, coming at you again with a different kind of video today. Today's video is going to be a lot more special than usual because today is our first sponsored video! Yay! And believe it or not, our first sponsor is not Digimon related. Now, for those of you who only watch from the YouTube videos, you guys would know that I normally do Digimon content on this channel. But for those of you who follow me over on twitch.tv/benben, go follow me there by the way, you guys would know that we also do Beyblade content on that channel as well. And as a result, our local hobby store over here in Canada has decided to give me a shot and giving me a sponsor for today's video. Ooh. They gave me some Beyblade merch. So we're gonna be unboxing in today's stream, and of course, we gotta let it rip. So without further ado, let's get into the video. But first, I just want to say thank you to all you guys for all your continued support. It's honestly thanks to you guys that I can finally say this video is brought to you by Wavy Toys. Wavy Toys is your one-stop shop for getting all of your Beyblade X goods. Their products range from specific Beyblades that have only been released in Japan to premium products and accessories. Are you looking to get into competitive Beyblade, but you don't want to have to spend money on multiple products just to create your perfect deck? Well, what if I told you that Wavy also offers selling singles? Now you can just simply buy the specific part that you need to complete your deck without having to buy an entire Beyblade. Or even worse, crack open some booster packs. As a card gamer, I've always been an advocate of buying singles, so seeing this in the Beyblade community is such a cool feature. Be sure to check them out in the link description down below to start your Beyblade X journey. Alright, back to the video. So, here we are yet again, chat. We got camera 1, and we got camera 2. So you guys are going to be able to see my hands as I show you guys, instead of some cards around, we're going to be showing off some Beyblades. And I got a doozy for one for you today. So today's Bey that we're going to be opening today is a bit more special to my heart. For those of you who aren't aware, I was a huge fan of Beyblade growing up as a kid, and my favorite Beyblade of all time was in fact Dranzer. And the Bey Crimson Garuda is a special kind of Bey because it is the retrofitted, or I guess I should say revamped version of Dranzer in today's modern Beyblade X setting. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe there's a special gimmick that only the new Dranzer can do, as opposed to the other Beyblades in Beyblade X. So without further ado, let's get to opening. I'm gonna have my handy dandy knife, which I in fact sharpened by the way, so I should be able to open this no problem, but bear with me. We're gonna see if we can open this up. I'm gonna slide you open like so. Open up from the side here. Keeping the box intact. We gotta make it look nice, of course. And I got my boxes. It's not opening right. That's all good. It's because I'm not using the sharp edge. Oh, there it is. Now, for those of you who watch the streams, you guys would probably be a lot more used to the Beyblades actually be covered in black, but that's because I would be opening the gacha packs. But this time, it's actually going to be in clear plastic, so we can actually see the Beyblade right away. Oh, that's so cool. And it's taped right to the box, but I can't get out, so I'm definitely going to have to use my handy-dandy knife to get that thing free. Here it is. We got the blade right here. Take a look at that, chat. Ooh, that looks nice. It actually does look semi-reminiscent of the original Dranzer. You can see like from the headpiece here, you can kind of see that like it's where the eyes would go, and this would be where its wings for the blade. It looks really nice. And also, of course, the bid beast itself, it being the phoenix that it is. Of course, they didn't make it look exactly like Dranzer, but you guys can kind of get the idea. I'm honestly, admittedly, not very knowledgeable on how good the blades are, but it does have a little bit of weight to it. Admittedly, it is lighter than the Beyblades that I had in the little bit of a collection that I built. If I were to gauge, it does have some pretty interesting indentations that it might be good at flipping other blades over. It's kind of similar to how Shark Keel is able to flip blades over with its indented blades. That's still cool though. We got the Ratchet next. This one's got 4 small contact points, which does make it a little bit easier to burst in some way, shape, or form. But I think it does actually help in giving it a little bit more balance. And in order to put the Bey together, you're gonna have to make sure the ratchet is flicked towards the right side. I think it's the right side? I don't freaking know. I don't know my Beyblades. Here we go. Put it in like so. Ah! There it is. It fits in nicely. And the color scheme is quite nice. It matches and complements the red beautifully. I actually like this one a lot. This might be my new favorite Bey for upcoming tournaments and definitely for future streams to come. And last but certainly not least, we have the bit. Wow, this bit is very interesting. Normally, bits don't really actually have like little indentation pieces like that. But for those of you who don't know anything about Beyblade X, all the new Beyblades come with bits like these that have little indentation grooves on the side. And the whole reason behind that is because all stadiums now come with an extreme line that allows Beyblades to go at extreme speeds and randomly knock people out in a very flashy way. And also, you can kind of determine what kind of bit it is based upon what kind of cylinder is added to the top of it. You can see there's a little bit of an indentation on top here. So that would actually mean this bit is harder for the Beyblade to explode mid-battle. I don't know what these little flaps on the side are for, though. I was told that this Beyblade has the ability to change mid-battle, which I think is really cool, but I just don't know how. I have to see it for myself. I could read the instructions, but they're in Japanese. Hang on, chat. Maybe the instructions say something. Huh. Well, that was useless. All in all, I'm happy with this Bey. A 10 out of 10. Next item. Our next item for today's sponsored video is going to be the brand new Beyblade X custom set. Now, as someone who's not really deep into competitive Beyblade, I can't really describe this that well, but if I were to describe it personally as a card gamer, I would describe this as a starter pack set, where it comes in with 4 different blades, 3 different ratchets, and a whole bunch of bits for your collection. You see, in competitive Beyblade, you have to have a deck of 3 Beyblades, with all 3 having different parts to face off against your opponent. So getting a starter set like this, which comes with all these different parts, as well as some really strong, powerful blades, it's quite good to start off your competitive Beyblade journey. But that's not all. Included in this set is a brand new Knight's Shield blade that comes in with special ball bearings. I don't know about you, chat, but having a whole bunch of Beyblades with a whole bunch of parts is always nice to see for our collection, and a Beyblade with ball bearings inside his blade is super duper interesting. I would imagine it's more like a defensive type blade. You can even see it on the back here. It's got ball bearings in it. Having a defensive blade with ball bearings in it must mean that it's really tough to beat. Well, without further ado, let's open this thing up. I'm trying to see what the... Oh, I see the tape. I see it. We just go here. Open you up like so. Okay. It's got the... I've never actually opened a Beyblade product that's this big before. I have opened the stadium, mind you, but it was not like this. Nothing like this before. How in the world do I open it? Hello? Ah, it opens better from the top. Good to know. Or maybe I'm just weak. It could be a mix of both, if I'm being honest. Here's the box, and it has all the gear back here. Nice. There it is, chat. We have the instruction manual. As you guys know, I am a card gamer. I don't read. But here are all the parts. We can actually see for ourselves all the pieces of our new blades. I'm a little struggling on how I would get these off, I'll be honest. I guess I get rid of the tape from the back, if I were to guess. Nice. Well, I guess we can start off with going through the actual blades that we have to go through first. We're definitely leaving the Knight for last, because that one is super cool considering it has ball bearings of all things. Number 1, we have a... Which is a blue Hell Scythe? I'm pretty sure. Someone in the chat or in the comments can probably correct me who is more into competitive Beyblades. And look at the blue on this thing. Ooh, it's got sparkles and everything. It looks so cool. Well, for those of you who don't know, blue is my favorite color. I don't know, this might actually become my new favorite Bey as well. Oh, but it's definitely up there. This looks really good. And although admittedly it is covered in paint, which means that when you actually do let it rip a few times with your friends, it's most likely gonna get damaged. So I do in fact have the retrofitted Dranzer from Beyblade X, but as you guys can see, they did make it all in metal, but it was painted, so it's seen some damage. So I'm not sure if I really want to use this blade for something like competitive tournaments, but it is pretty to look at, so that's pretty cool. Alright, next blade is going to be the Tyranno. And for those of you who do not know from watching my streams, I've been hunting for this Tyranno forever. There is a Beyblade X gacha pack for the Tyranno bite, but I haven't gotten a single one. I have failed that gacha every single time. So it kind of works out that Wavy Toys was kind enough to sponsor us and giving us this red Tyranno. I mean, I guess the bit beast itself is a black Tyranno, but oh my god, this looks so cool. I know for a fact I'm gonna be chipping the hell out of this paint if I bring this into any bit of competitive play, or even if I just play this at home. It still looks so pretty. Very, very nice. All right, and the next one, I believe, is a pterodactyl of some sort. Look at the blade of this one. This is actually super duper interesting. It's, instead of like actually being like indented like how Hell Scythe is, but having like little bit of edges there, this one is kind of like a seamless like connection on all points, almost as if like you could see it as like a stamina type maybe for like deflecting hits instead of actually dealing them. I guess it kind of makes sense considering it's a pterodactyl. It's meant to like just fly away, I guess, right? That's still pretty cool. The yellow is admittedly not my favorite color, but it's still a nice blade to add to our collection. And plus, considering that it's actually just full metallic chrome silver, we do not feel any bit of guilt of putting this into our competitive decks. But last, and certainly not least, we have the Knight's Shield. And this one comes with the ball bearings too. Wait, you guys can hear that? I thought they were actually inside these little indentations here, but they're actually over here on the edges the whole time. And they bounce around. My guess is to actually make it so that it's a lot more defensive. And you guys can definitely tell from the blade design, it is definitely meant to deflect hits. This is 100% a defense type. For those of you who are familiar with Beyblade Metal Fusion, this kind of gives me a little bit of vibes of Rock Leone. Now, the ratchets, this one only comes with 3 ratchets though, which is kind of interesting considering that you would expect there to be 4 ratchets to match with the base. But I guess if I were to go by color scheme, I would imagine this is for Knight, this is for Tyranno, and this is for the Tarot. Hellscythe just got the short end of the stick, I guess. I'm sorry, Hellscythe. I'm gonna open all 3 at once. Not wasting any time here. This one's an interesting one. It's pretty tall too, considering that it is a 4 indentations on the side. That means it's a lot more taller than it used to be, but I guess with ball bearings, it's very easy to maintain your balance. But these little small contact points make me imagine that it's actually hard to burst. Very interesting. And also, it doesn't actually have a point for actually me to turn, because normally they have something like this, right? Where you can actually like adjust it if you're a right spinning blade or a left spinning blade. But as you can see, this one's clearly meant for only one type of spin. See, even the last one is a regular right spinning or left spinning ratchet, depending on which angle you put it at. From what I can tell, in my limited knowledge, this is a 160 ratchet. You can tell it's a 160 because it has a 1 contact point. It looks like an oval, or egg, I should say. The 1 contact point is it being here, and it has 3 little indentations on the side. 1, 2, 3. It might not show that well on camera too, I apologize, but there you go. But without further ado, it's time to put these bases together. Uh-oh. I'm lost, chat. Admittedly, I'm a little lost. Huh? So normally you would actually try to have the white grooves actually go inside the little indentation over here. But as you can see, the white grooves are non-existent. So I guess all you have to do is make sure that the outside grooves do not go inside here. I thought originally they would go inside here, but I was wrong. So you would actually want to put it like this. And then you lock it in place. The fact that its contact points are not very defined, I should say, my guess is they're trying to make it harder for it to burst. Or maybe it's easier for it to burst. I'm not really good in the engineering behind this one. Just know that there is a lot of engineering and thought behind the designs of these Beyblades. And then we also have the Tyranno. We gotta put red on red, man. It looks so good. Oh, this one's pretty tall, too. Look at that. It matches with the red really nicely. And of course, we have the Tarot. There we go. But now that we have the blades and the ratchets, it's time to get to the bits. We have all 6 bits given to us today. Let's open all of them. Now, fun fact for you, chat. There is one bit in particular that is actually banned in a lot of competitive tournaments. That's right, Beyblade has a ban list. It is actually this bit right here. The thing is that's important to note though, it has a metal point. While it is not that crazy in terms of like damaging other people's bays, it does in fact damage the stadium. So a lot of tournament organizers, you might not be surprised in banning this bit in particular, just because they want their stadiums to last a little bit longer. That's cool to have and for our collection, but I will definitely not be using this in the foreseeable future. That is the only bit, to my knowledge, that is actually made of metal at the bottom. All right, let's see what other bits we actually have. This one has a small little bit at the top, which means it actually has a little bit more balance, to my knowledge. So this looks like a stamina bit, or a defense bit at the very least. I'm not sure. My guess, considering it's green, it's probably gonna go with the Knight here. So let's put it in like that. I'm sure someone who's actually a proper Beyblade deck builder could probably make something a lot more adequate than whatever was written on the box. But hey, it looks good. And now we have a rush bit. Ooh, nice. I've been looking to get another one of these as well. The thing with rush bits is that they have a flat top right here, and they have a lot more spaces in between their grooves. You can kind of give it a little bit of a comparison here. The grooves are a lot more spaced out. That means they're a lot more easy to catch onto the extreme line, and as a result, they could do more damage. Always like to have more in my collection. And in fact, you know what? Since it's red, we gotta put the red on red. Look at that. An offensive Tyranno. just like that. Honestly, the red and black with all the red inside, it's very aesthetically pleasing, I'm not gonna lie to you. But here we have our remaining bits. I have no idea what these ones are for, but I do have one of these in my collection already, which I believe is a ball, which to my knowledge is really good for stamina. As you can see, it has no extra cylinder indentations over there. But it being a ball means it's a lot more easier to maintain its balance, and that means it's also able to spin for a rather long period of time. I'm definitely hitting with a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo and technicalities when it comes to Beyblade, which is definitely new to the channel, but if you are interested in it, please let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely make more videos like this in the future. And for our next bit, this looks like to be a balance type bit, where it's like it can either be offensive or defensive. It just depends on how you choose to launch it. And the last one, this one is very interesting. I don't know what I would describe this. This has a cylinder to make it harder to burst, but I don't know what this part on the bottom is. It looks like it's kind of made of rubber. I don't know if it's defensive or offensive or whatever. I don't see a typical bit that kind of matches with what the tarot would be, but if I had to pick one, I'll just pick this one. It looks cool. And that's it. That's pretty much the end of today's unboxing. And that pretty much marks the end of the unboxing portion of today's video. It honestly really is super cool to see all these Beyblades come out, and I know this is different from the usual kind of content that I do on the channel, but I do hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to see more Beyblade content in general on the stream, be sure to check me out on twitch.tv/benben, or actually check out the link over in all my descriptions of the videos below. But of course, I can't just do a little simple box opening. We of course gotta see these bays in action. Alright everybody, we now have our bays. They're all lined up for us. It is time to let it rip. I got my dual launcher right here. I got my 2 bays. Let's go. Oh yeah. We're in business. You saw nothing. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go! Shoot! Extreme finish! Dranzer's the best. Dranzer's sick. Oh, I love him. Alright, next 2 bays. We got the Tyrannobite and we got the Taro. The battle of the dinos. Do not fall on me. We're good. 3, 2, 1. Go! Shoot! Oh, they're fighting. They're scrapping. Get him. Get him, Tyranno. Extreme Shoot! Ooh! Easy. Did it pass the stress test? Holy shit! No paint scratches! Well, that was it. Hope you enjoyed the Beyblade fun. If you liked it, come by the streams and be sure to support Wavy Toys. And yeah, I think that just about does it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye everybody!